All right, hello, we're live. Okay, I have been meaning to make this video for a long time, and the topic is low bookings. So, I know this is a perennial problem with VIP Kid, and I'm not going to talk today about why you might be having low bookings. I'm going to talk to you about a ton of steps. I think I have 10 steps to do if you're having low bookings. Now, we are not going to get into like people get grumpy and they say, there's too many teachers on VIP Kid and it's a supply and demand problem. Honestly, I don't buy any of that. There's thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands of students in China who need teachers, and you can be their teacher. There are some things you can do to help your bookings. And I'm going to take a proactive approach and be really honest with you today about some reasons that I've seen people struggle with bookings. And I'm a veteran teacher. I've been teaching for 2.5 years, and I have honestly never really struggled with low bookings. And I think these are some of the reasons that I really have been having a consistent schedule. So please don't be offended by these. These are meant to be helpful. Okay, but we're going to start with number one. The first reason you might have low bookings is your participation score. Now, this is one you don't hear people talking about because it's kind of like hard truth, honest truth. If you have a low participation score, parents can see that. Now, your participation score that's made up of three things: your cancellations, your teacher IT problems, and your no-shows. So if you have any of those things, if you're not a reliable teacher, they don't want to book you. That's just blunt. So there's really nothing you can do about it. If you have an IT problem or if you made a mistake, we all make mistakes. You just have to suck it up for that month. It will reset for the next month, okay? So if you have a low participation score, please do not go on the Facebook groups and complain about low bookings. I'm sorry. That's what happens. Okay, so participation score. The second one, if you have low bookings, but you don't have an open, consistent schedule, that's why. Parents are looking for a teacher that they can always rely on to have a consistent schedule. So whatever you choose for your schedule, you need to keep it consistent. You cannot just randomly open classes here and there and whatever. You need to have a consistent schedule. So when I first started out, I only taught like an hour and a half each day, and I would just open that whole line throughout the whole week so parents could see it, okay? So you have to have a consistent schedule. And number three, you have to get as many certifications as possible. I've seen a lot of teachers who are like, oh, my bookings are so bad, but I'm too scared to try this kind of level, or I do not like level 1. And it's like, if you have low bookings, you don't have the option to be picky. Beggars can't be choosers, right? You have to take any kind of certification you can get. So if you are struggling with low bookings, use this time to get as many certifications as possible. Yes, it takes some time. It takes maybe like half an hour to an hour per certification to go through the training and take the quiz and get it. So that's my next advice. So here's my list. Your participation score will affect your bookings, your schedule, your certifications. Once you've dealt with these three, then you can talk about the thing that everybody talks about. This is to me, the lowest on the list. And that's like your profile, your bio, and your video. Honestly, if you don't get those first three things taken care of, your participation score, your schedule, and your certifications, parents can't even see your profile. They won't even care to look at your profile. So those are the things before you do all of the profile. And when you are looking at your profile, I think people put honestly too much pressure on having a great picture and a great video and a great bio. But I would say don't just randomly change it up or try to update it. Ask a veteran teacher. Ask a teacher who has been at it for a long time, who has helped referrals. Ask them to read your video or watch your video. I know that's like a little personal and you might feel silly about it, but you have to get honest advice from a mentor teacher. If you didn't have a mentor teacher to help you through the process, then just ask somebody that you trust. You could ask me. I've helped many people. Okay, so those are the 4 big steps, I would say, if you have low bookings, those first 4. Now, I have a bunch of things that may also help. Again, this is just like These might help you, these might not, okay? One thing people say often that helps is doing an overnighter. Now, I can't say that from experience. I've never done an overnighter. I am not an overnight kind of teacher. So that's what people say, because you open up a ton of slots, you see a ton of new students, and you have the potential to become their regular teacher. Another thing people say is if you have taught some students in the past, go back into the teacher portal on your phone and find the student and write them a card. Now, there's free e-cards on here where you can say, thanks for a great class. I hope to see you again. That's a great way people say. Another one is to do workshops. Now, there is no proven correlation between the number of workshops that you do and your bookings, but there's a lot of incidental evidence, we could say, of people who take a lot of workshops, improve their skills, and then they get more bookings. So overnighter, cards, workshop. And then the next one is I write this in feedback. And some people might say it's kind of forward, but I write on there, if I like a student that I've had in the past, consistent teacher to that student, and you think it's a good match. So I've written that before to students, and I think it kind of helps. It kind of is like, I like you. We are a good fit. You should be my student forever, right? So ask to be a regular teacher. And then the last tip I have for you is when a parent writes feedback from past classes, go back and respond to them in feedback on the teacher portal. You can click reply and write them a reply that they'll get. So those are my tips for low bookings. If you're struggling with low bookings, I'm sorry, you will get through it. So much of this job is just patience. And you have to think of it like if you were a tutor here in real life in the States, right? Not online, like a real tutor. If you were a tutor, then you need time to build up your client base. You need time to get a bunch of students set in your schedule. All right? So it will take time. Everything takes time with this job. Come here, come say hi. Come here. This is my daughter, Ella. Say hi.
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 Can you say, good luck with bookings?
Go Bucky.
Good job. All right. See you later. Bye.
I miss you too.